Over the last century, Europe's building stock has increased enormously. Buildings are often created with only one function in mind. When societal needs or user preferences change, these monofunctional buildings usually become outdated or even obsolete. It's often easier to erect a new building instead of initiating a long-lasting and expensive refurbishment. Demolishing buildings generates a huge amount of waste. In short, current building practices use a lot of material resources, but in an ineffective way. Imagine what would happen if we embraced a whole new vision of buildings as material banks. Seeing a building not as a fixed and final object, but rather as a temporal and dynamic storage of valuable materials and components. A building that can easily be changed in response to changing needs and preferences. A building that can be disassembled into parts that can be used again for a new purpose. For example, reusing floor tiles as a facade finishing, reusing windows in a new greenhouse, and repurposing copper wiring into electronic devices. Are you brave enough to experiment with building the future? Then visit our website to find out more.
As a company, we've started looking at the circular economy about 2 years ago, and it's really interesting what that concept could mean. As an industry, we really face quite a few challenges. The construction industry produces a lot of waste, and we need to rethink what that means really for the sustainability and the future of our industry. And thinking about waste and materials in a different way and finding circular ways to use things like steel, wood and other construction material. It's much more about collaboration, finding ways to work together, finding common ways to create value out of materials and spaces. So the circular economy is really about rethinking how the entire industry works along the supply chain.